Yeah, the Bohlen-Pierce system. I'm so gladful that Goran Lazarevich has this idea that I talk a little bit for his Serbian friends and whatever friends we have in the world about Bohlen-Pierce. I come from Hamburg. My name is Manfred Stahnke. We are here in the Musikhochschule, and yes, since many years we are just in love with the Bohlen-Pierce system. Heinz Bohlen is a lovely guy, now in his 70s, living in South Germany. He visited us in Hamburg quite a little time ago, some 30 years ago, I suppose, in the early 70s, 40 years or more. I can't calculate now. And Heinz Bohlen thought about a different system, away from our 12 tones which we have in Germany and in many parts of the world. He thought that we don't use the major chord or the minor chord as a basis, but a different a different proportion of intervals, or a different idea of sound. He thought that we should try to go to 3 to 5 to 7. What is this? I could go to the piano, but let me just sing it for now. If we have our normal chord, it's the chord 4 to 5 to 6, which is bam, 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 wachet auf, ruft uns die Stimme, the major chord. Heinz Bohlen thought many people use this chord and also the minor version of this chord, and he thought, okay, I take bam, ba, ba instead. Ba, 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 da, ya. This also adds up to a chord we kind of know. These are components of the 7th chord. Ba, 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 ya, ba, ya, ba. And he thought, make a scale of this. And he then figured around what can be done with these special intervals, and he ended up with a tuning which not uses the octave as a basic point, but the octave plus a fifth, which is duodecima in duodecime in Germany. And other people, like for example the John Pierce, who co-invented this scale, Bohlen-Pierce scale, you recognize these are two names, he said, okay, let's use the term tritave or tritave, tritave, octave plus a fifth. He thought about the tritave because it's the third harmonic on the lowest point where he started. And John Pierce subdivided this tritave, I just take the American version, the tritave into 13 steps. 13 steps. Consider this, not 12 in the octave, which we have in our old system, but 13 in the 3 to 1 relation in numbers, integer numbers, or in the overtone series. This is not arbitrarily done, but it is just the result of a calculation which he did, where he wanted John Pierce and also Heinz Bohlen, two people in different parts of the world, one in Germany, one in the US America. They wanted to find a scale which also has very many integer number intervals. Like what they have is 3 to 1, basic stuff for them. They have 5 to 3, which is our just intoned major 6, and they wanted to have 7 to 5, which is a natural tritone. And to get the scale of 13 steps within the tritave, they found about other intervals like 9 to 7, like 9 to 5. I must not say this for now, because later on my viola I can show it to you, better, because then these intervals will sound. But this is the basic stuff in Bohlen-Pierce. Use the tritave and subdivide it by 13 equal steps. Okay, to really get it proper, I have to say there is a just intonation Bohlen-Pierce world with real integer numbers, like what I said, 9 to 5 and so on, 5 to 3, and there is a tempered version of the Bohlen-Pierce world. There is a tiny little difference. For example, the clarinets which are built are in a tempered system, and my viola will be basically in this tempered system what is true for the fifths, the basic tuning, but the fingering them and the checking of the pitches is much more easily done using the wonderful sounding integer number intervals like 5 to 3, beatless intervals. There is a tiny little difference in the tempered version of Bohlen-Pierce versus the just intoned version. But we will find out today only about the just intoned world of Bohlen-Pierce.